What if the person you believe yourself to be was never truly you? What if your preferences, beliefs, and even your ambitions were shaped not by your inner truth, but by invisible pressures you've never questioned? How much of your identity is an authentic reflection, and how much is a carefully crafted disguise? How often do you feel like you're just playing a role, living a script written by culture, family, or fear itself? Today, we uncover one of Carl Jung's most powerful insights. Real life doesn't begin until you meet yourself. But what does it mean to know yourself? Is it simply awareness? Or is there something deeper, something transformative, waiting to be uncovered? Stay with me, because once we begin to peel back the hidden layers shaping your life, you'll understand why so many never truly awaken, and how you can finally break free. From the moment we're born, we're given names, expectations, and roles. We're taught what's acceptable, what's rewarded, and what must be hidden. The process is subtle, almost invisible, which is why we rarely question it. We learn to adapt, to fit in. And slowly, parts of us that don't align with the rules get buried. Think back to your childhood. Were there moments when your natural expression met rejection? When you were told to toughen up, stop daydreaming, or suppress emotions that felt too raw? Little by little, you learned to hide pieces of yourself, to lock them away where no one could see. This is where the persona begins to form, the mask we show to the world. Jung described it as the social self, the version of you crafted for approval and acceptance. But the more we identify with this mask, the more we lose connection with who we really are. And on the other side of the mask, something else is waiting: the shadow. It holds everything we've rejected: our fears, suppressed desires, vulnerabilities, and even hidden strengths. The shadow doesn't vanish. It waits, and when we least expect it, it shows up disguised as anxiety, overreactions, or sabotage. And inside it lies the doorway to authenticity. Jung's great advice was this: you don't overcome the shadow, you integrate it. You face what you've denied, not to fight it, but to listen. Because once you do, something incredible happens. You unlock power, truth, and freedom. Are you ready to see who you truly are, beyond the roles and stories you've carried? Are you willing to let go of what you've been told to become? Most people assume they already know themselves. They equate their identity with their name, job, nationality, memories, and trauma. But what if all of that was just the surface? Jung believed every person holds within them a vast hidden world, a rich internal landscape full of forgotten truths, buried emotions, and unrealized potential. Finding yourself isn't about building a new identity, it's about uncovering what's always been there. Have you ever felt a strange longing for something more? A whisper that there's a version of you waiting to emerge. That's not fantasy. It's the voice of your unconscious calling you back. Jung called this process individuation, the merging of all parts of yourself: light and shadow, mind and emotion, courage and fear. But before you integrate, you must confront. And that's where most people stop, because facing the truth inside is the most uncomfortable thing of all. Before we go further, if this message already speaks to something inside you, give it a like. And if you've ever felt that your life might not be entirely your own, share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. This may be the beginning of a much deeper journey. Avoiding silence isn't random, it's protection. Distractions become a defense against the voice within. But that voice doesn't go away. It speaks through anxiety, misalignment, disconnection. It's your unconscious asking to be heard. Jung saw the unconscious as alive, constantly communicating through symbols, dreams, patterns, and pain. The moment you begin to observe these signs, you'll notice something. The wounds you avoid are shaping your choices. The emotions you suppress are steering your behavior. The fears you never name are deciding your future. Consider the fear of judgment. Many live for approval, avoiding conflict, hiding opinions to maintain peace. But is that fear truly about others? Or does it come from a deeper place, an early wound, a time you felt dismissed or invisible? Jung wouldn't tell you to erase the fear. He'd ask you to explore it. What is it trying to teach you? Maybe within that fear lies discernment, humility, or a deeper capacity to see things clearly. When you stop labeling your discomfort as weakness and start seeing it as a message, everything shifts. This is the beginning of psychological transformation, not by force, but by curiosity and presence. When you begin to question your thoughts, examine your reactions, and challenge your beliefs, you've already stepped onto the path of change. When you stop resisting discomfort and instead turn toward it with interest, you begin to reclaim your real self. Most people live as strangers to themselves. They follow scripts written by others. They suppress what's natural, believing their strength lies in hiding it. But you don't have to be one of them. You have the power to unlearn the illusions that keep you small, to rise above the fear and programming that prevent you from living fully. You can step into the wholeness of who you are, raw, real, and unapologetically complete. And now we move deeper into the realm of archetypes. These aren't just mythical figures or symbolic images. They are psychological forces that live inside you, shaping your perception, driving your behaviors, and influencing your path. Jung called them universal patterns found in the collective unconscious, the shared psychological inheritance of humanity. To know them is to unlock a map to yourself. Look at the stories told across history: the brave hero, the wise guide, the dark foe, the innocent child. They appear in myths, religions, dreams. They aren't fantasy. They're reflections of you. The hero is your inner drive for purpose, the part of you that longs to rise, to overcome, to evolve. But the hero never journeys alone. There's always a trial, a shadow to confront, not outside, but within. The shadow is the obstacle. It holds fear, insecurity, doubt, and yet hidden inside is potential. In life, this plays out every time you know it's time to grow. But something inside resists. That's the inner war between progress and fear. Most try to silence the shadow. But Jung urged us to listen. What is the fear saying? Where did the doubt come from? Is it truly yours, or something inherited, taught, imposed? And what strengths are hidden in it? Perhaps doubt brings humility. Fear teaches caution. Anger reveals injustice. When you stop battling your inner world and start decoding it, you begin to transform. And this is just the beginning. The archetypes go far beyond the hero and the shadow. Deep within, two essential forces shape your inner balance: anima and animus. Jung believed every man carries an inner feminine energy, the anima. Every woman carries an inner masculine, the animus. This isn't about physical gender, but energetic wholeness. The anima brings intuition, creativity, sensitivity, and emotional depth. The animus offers structure, logic, assertion, and direction. When these forces are embraced, the psyche finds equilibrium. But when denied, they become distorted. A man who suppresses his anima may fear vulnerability. A woman who rejects her animus may hesitate to claim her power. True individuation means welcoming both, not becoming someone else, but becoming whole. Both softness and strength, expression and stability. It's a reunion with what has been forgotten. And this leads us to the final and most challenging truth. The greatest illusion is not the shadow, but the very idea of a fixed self. We believe the self is solid, fixed in time, defined by memory and form. But Jung and mystics before him saw through this illusion. The self isn't static, it's fluid, expanding, alive. What you call you, the ego, the identity, the narrative, is just a fragment, a temporary mask. Beneath it lies the self, a vast field of awareness carrying ancient wisdom, infinite depth, and potential beyond the mind. Then why do we feel so small, so afraid, so limited? Because the ego, though useful, divides. It says, I am this, I am not that. It builds walls, it protects, but it also imprisons. Freedom begins when you stop clinging to who you think you are. Jung offered a path, but not an easy one. It demands surrender, the courage to step into the unknown. First, embrace mystery. Growth lives there. Second, let go of labels. You are not your job, your history, your thoughts. Third, listen. Your instincts, your dreams, your quiet knowing, they are your guides. And above all, honor the process. Finding yourself is not an event. It's a return, again and again, to deeper truths. Here's the final revelation. You were never lost. You've always been here. The self you've been searching for has been waiting all along, not to be found, but to be remembered. Now the choice is yours. Remain a fragment or become whole. Because life doesn't truly begin until you meet yourself. If something in this message resonated with you, don't just keep it to yourself. Like the video, share it, and let me know in the comments what part spoke to you most. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect moment. This isn't the end. It's the door to everything you've been searching for. And now, you know the way.